What if I told you there is an ancient secret hidden in plain sight that reveals who among us has the spiritual gift of healing? It's not magic or guesswork. It's clearly written in Scripture, but most believers completely miss it. What subtle signs reveal your spiritual healing power? Today, I'll show you hidden clues you've probably overlooked your entire life. Once you recognize these signs, nothing will ever look the same again. Before we begin, make sure to like and share this video so more people can discover the gift God may have placed inside them. Because what I'm about to reveal could change everything for you. You might think healers are special saints or church leaders, but what if ordinary moments in your life quietly reveal your hidden gift? Have you ever noticed a friend's pain and instantly felt it deep inside yourself? Or felt compelled, almost driven to comfort someone you barely knew? This is deeper than empathy. It's a connection between two worlds, physical pain and spiritual healing. The scriptures make it clear. Healers influence a hidden spiritual realm. When someone gifted in healing prays or even speaks, something shifts spiritually. But few people understand what this means practically. Have you ever felt an inexplicable pull towards hurting people, wishing you could heal their wounds, even though you had no idea how? That's exactly what ancient believers experienced. Healers are sensitive, but that sensitivity often feels overwhelming. You may find yourself drained by crowds, workplaces, or even your own family. Ever wondered why? It's because your gift constantly taps into spiritual battles around you. And guess what? That's exactly what biblical prophets experience daily. But there's more to this than simply sensitivity. Here's another subtle sign. Your intuition is shockingly accurate. Have you ever met someone and instantly knew something was deeply wrong, even though they seemed perfectly fine? It's not coincidence. Scripture calls this discernment. But healers specifically sense hidden hurts because their spiritual gift is activated by pain, both emotional and physical. But here's something even deeper most people completely miss. Spiritual healers don't just sense pain, they carry it, often without realizing it. Do you constantly feel heavy, anxious, or emotionally drained for reasons you can't explain? Ancient biblical healers faced exactly this struggle. Yet they understood it wasn't theirs alone. What they did next will shock you. The biblical healer's secret was simple, yet profound. They actively gave these burdens back to God through specific practices we've nearly forgotten. Imagine what it would feel like if you knew exactly how to release this spiritual weight. The freedom and peace that would flood your life. But how exactly did they do this? And could it still work today? Before we dive into those ancient practices, consider another hidden clue. Healers naturally create peace around them, even without speaking a word. Do people often say they feel calmer simply by being near you? That's not personality. It's a spiritual atmosphere surrounding healers. This is clearly described in Scripture, but rarely noticed today. Yet, even with all these signs, fewer than 1% of people genuinely understand their spiritual healing gift. The potential to heal relationships, emotional scars, even physical illness lies untapped within them. What if you're one of these rare healers, living your entire life without ever realizing your full power? The truth is, recognizing your gift as a spiritual healer isn't just about awareness, it's about action. Ancient healers knew this secret. Understanding the gift is step one, but using it properly changes everything. Are you ready to know how they activated and strengthened their spiritual gift? Because the next step could transform your life forever. The ancient healers didn't rely on vague spirituality. They tapped into precise biblical practices. They understood a truth most people today overlook. Spiritual healing is rooted deeply in faith and intentional prayer. But how did they pray differently from us? Why were their prayers powerful enough to alter reality? Have you ever prayed and immediately felt something shift? Or maybe you've sensed resistance, as if an invisible force pushed back against your prayer. Ancient scripture describes this clearly, but most modern seekers ignore it. Healers face spiritual warfare daily, but recognizing this resistance is the first step to overcoming it. Here's another hidden sign of your healing gift. People unexpectedly reveal their deepest wounds to you. Ever wondered why strangers or acquaintances open up to you effortlessly? It's not random. Something spiritual recognizes your gift before they or you do. But how should you respond when this happens? Ancient healers knew exactly how to respond. They didn't just listen, they actively interceded spiritually. They knew every revealed pain was an invitation to use their gift. But today, we often miss these divine invitations completely. Imagine if you understood exactly what to do next. How powerful would your life become? But be careful. There's a subtle danger here. Many gifted healers unintentionally absorb pain they're meant to release. If you're often exhausted after helping others, you might be absorbing instead of releasing. Ancient healers understood this clearly. They knew the difference between compassion and unhealthy spiritual burden-bearing. Do you? The secret ancient believers used was biblical boundaries, spiritually protecting themselves through deliberate prayer. But what exactly did these prayers sound like? How did they stop absorbing pain while still actively healing others? When you understand this, you'll finally master your spiritual gift without being overwhelmed. Another subtle clue: you're spiritually gifted as a healer. You frequently dream vividly, sometimes even prophetically. Have you ever had dreams about helping, rescuing, or healing someone, only to find it strangely relevant afterward? Biblical healers often experienced powerful dreams, guiding their actions. But here's the shocking truth. Most healers today ignore these dreams entirely. They dismiss them as imagination. But ancient believers never overlooked these dreams. They knew it was God directly instructing them. What if your dreams aren't random but critical guidance? Could you be missing divine messages meant just for you? Think carefully about this next subtle sign. Healers naturally reject superficiality. Small talk or shallow relationships leave you deeply uncomfortable or even frustrated. Ever wondered why? Your spirit intuitively seeks authenticity because superficial interactions block spiritual healing. Ancient scripture describes this clearly, but most never notice. Yet, authenticity alone isn't enough. Ancient healers combined authenticity with intentional action. They actively cultivated spiritual connections to amplify their healing gift. How exactly did they do this? And why did it significantly increase their spiritual influence? Ancient healers understood a critical truth we've almost forgotten. Spiritual gifts don't grow by accident. They require intentional practice. Imagine clearly knowing how to strengthen your healing gift through specific daily routines. Imagine the clarity you'd feel finally knowing your purpose and confidently stepping into it. But here's where many gifted healers fail today. They discover their gift, yet never fully activate it. Ancient believers didn't stop at awareness. They trained spiritually. They practiced specific biblical methods daily. And when they did, miracles followed. So, how can you practically begin activating your gift today? Now that you recognize the hidden signs of your spiritual healing gift, it's crucial to activate it correctly. Knowing you have the gift isn't enough. You must learn how ancient biblical healers prayed, prepared, and positioned themselves spiritually. Ready to discover these forgotten biblical methods to manifest your healing gift and transform your spiritual impact? In our next video, we will learn the secret biblical techniques of activating your spiritual gift effectively.